Ride through the city like Brennan Schaub. I'm on a mission to get it all. Ride through the city like Brennan Schaub. If you ain't thick, please don't get involved.
And now, Brandon Thick Boy Schaub.
What is poppin', fam? I got a little candy rustling in my pocket here. I wore these at my son's game. I give him little, what are these? Sour Patch Kids to get them up for the games. Like to sneak them into the dugout. They're making a lot of noise. What's going on, kiddos? If you're watching this, maybe you're driving to work. Hopefully you're not watching it as you drive. But what's poppin', man? Fun weekend. We had the Cowboys Fight Companion with Rampage Jackson, a.k.a. Tenacious D. And then we had Bradley Martin. It was a fun one. Can't say the same for the fights. There was a lot of buildup to this entire pay-per-view. I couldn't have been more excited to watch these fights from the prelims to all the way to the main event. And there's a lot of, how would you put it, toxic energy that was going into this card with the Ian Garry stuff. Clearly with Colby Covington, Leon Edwards, which magnified everything at the press conference. So it went down a weird road. It went down a really weird road, and I have a theory why I think Colby actually crossed the line there. There's a difference between like the Ian Garry stuff. It's kind of, I mean, if you're Ian Garry, it's not fun, but it's kind of, it's lighthearted. It's it's whatever, cuck stuff, and you're like, all right, the kid can still fight his ass off, and he's not even in his prime. So you're like, all right, he's gonna be okay. He's gonna figure out. I actually think him getting pneumonia was God being like, you know what, let's kind of chill out here and let this die down. And they did announce his fight in Miami in March against Jeff Neal, which is, I'll take it. Mm-hmm. Jeff Neal or Vicente Luque, I'll take it. It's not. It's not like you're supposed to fight Schaub and they pulled out and put in somebody else. So it works for me. It's in Miami. He's fighting soon. But I actually think the pneumonia thing, I know, and nobody thinks it's real, all that. I do think he did get sick. His son was sick. I have from a very, very, very reliable source. He was sick. I think this does him wonders. I think, lets everything die down. Everyone's a prisoner of the moment, all the toxic stuff that was on him. Sure, there's still going to be some haters who just, they just cling on to something. They can't get off of it for a while. You're going to have those people in the world. But for the most part, the MMA media, it's a news cycle. It's, it's a weekly news cycle. So, it moved on to Colby for this week. No one's even talked about Ian Garry by Thursday. Really? Once you got announced on Wednesday that he was out with pneumonia, obviously all the jokes came, right? And then Colby was like, hold my beer, watch this. And just was like, oh, all you people who hate Ian Garry, come on over here to my team with your hatred. And he just took it to another level. So you forgot about Ian Garry for that weekend. It's only going to get better for him as the March fight comes up. And then the week of, it might be a little something, unless he does something stupid. But remember, before Ian Garry, before he was the face of the most hated man in the UFC, it was Paddy Pimblett. And then remember, Paddy Pimblett got hurt, had that long layoff. What happens? You forget. And he pops up like, oh, yeah, I like this guy. You totally forget why you didn't like him or why you sent him a DM being mean or whatever you messaged on his Instagram account. You're like, all right, oh, yeah, there's Paddy. I love Paddy. Paddy's fighting. That's cool. He's fighting Tony. Cool. Sign me up. So remember, Paddy, it goes through these waves. The MMA community is a prisoner of the moment. So Paddy Pimblett was the most hated guy for a long time, especially that fight that nobody thought he won, right? And just the way he handled it wasn't great. And I think he matured over, how long ago was that fight, Chin?
Jared Gordon?
Yeah. When he, him beating Jared Gordon was upset people. Him saying he thought he beat Jared Gordon upset people. Then you had the whole Barstool thing there, and he's asking for a bonus, remember? And then Portnoy's saying give him the bonus. And it was just like this perfect crap storm for people to be like, oh, I'm off the Paddy wagon. And he was the
pun intended.
Yeah, no pun intended. But he was the belle of the ball for a hot second, and then it goes so fast, man. The community can change on you so fast. And for him, I think he learned from it. That was in December 10th. A straight up year off. He kind of chilled out, chilled on calling people out, chilled on criticizing people. And that's not Patty. Like Patty's a good kid. He has, as soon as you meet him, the vibes, like he's a special, special person. And that wasn't him. And I think his team, when he got hurt, said, all right, let's stop all these antics. Let's stop all, the money talk, you don't need to fight on short notice because you make so much money doing this, and the whole Barstool thing. It's becoming a gimmick. Like the gig's up. Let's focus on fighting. Let's focus on getting back to fighting and kicking ass. And it's the best time to do it because they're taking the mitts off of Paddy Pimblett. He's been built. Like there's a period for guys with Sugar Sean. They did this with other fighters. They'll do this where they're gonna build that fighter in hopes that he's the next big thing, and then it's kind of shit or get off the pot. Paddy's right there. UFC goes, all right, we did it, man. We did it. You're a big star. You're a big star before you came to us. We've given you the proper fight, so the American fan base tunes in. It's time to shit or get off the pot. It's the last one. Here's Tony Ferguson, older guy, legend, regarded as one of the best 155ers back in the day. Mm-hmm. This is a very winnable fight for you. After this, it's time to get going. So his team knows that. So let's just stop all the crap we're doing, and let's get to work. He came in great shape. He looked good. His striking's better. Still has a long ways to go. He's still leading with his chin first instead of his, sitting back on his punches. And there's a lot of that you could criticize on his striking, but it got a lot better from that Jared Gordon fight. So there's improvement there. You can tell he's been working hard. His body looked good. He looked tight, looked in shape. So the cornrows. So he looked like a different fighter. He looked more focused. This is a no-win for him. You're not going to win any fans beating Tony Ferguson, but it's all good. But remember, Patty was Ian Garry a little bit, obviously not with the cuck stuff, but where people were, he was beloved and then he was so hated. And Patty's like, how did this happen overnight? When you go back and you look at the steps, like I get how they got to that conclusion. So now that's gone. There's always going to be some people they just can't move on. They have whatever reason to hate Patty or Ian that's stuck in their brain, and they just can't move on. They're not open-minded. So then Ian Garry took that torch, and he's here. But again, him falling out, that goes to the wayside, and now it's Colby Covington. But again, Colby's not going to fight for a hot second, I assume. So there's going to be somebody else that steps in, as far as the hate wave goes. So, those guys give people, especially Colby. Colby embraces it. Like Ian Garry doesn't want to be hated. Paddy Pimblett definitely doesn't want to be. You can tell it bothers Paddy Pimblett. He's a nice kid, man. So he doesn't want that. He just made some, he's young. He made some errors. Ian Garry doesn't want that. Colby kind of does. That's his character, right? Mm-hmm. And I've always defended him, saying it's a character. It's like being mad at the Undertaker. He's not really from the underworld when you meet him, But then there is a line. And it takes a lot for me to call somebody out on this stuff. But when Colby went after Leon's dad, I was like, I don't like that. But this is my theory with that. I think Colby in training, remember, he's been out 2 years. He beat Jorge Masvidal before that, who was also on his last leg. And then before that, obviously, he had the issues with Kamaru Usman. But, Colby's been in training. He's been in the camps, and I bet his team was like, we're not moving how we used to move, my man. Like Father Time was like, yo, make America great, all that stuff, the bag of stuff. I get it. It's time, Bubba. And Father Time comes for everybody. It caught up to Colby. You can say ring rust. Dominic Cruz begged to differ. I do believe in ring rust, but he just didn't look like the tenacious Colby Covington. The pace, the transitions, the movement, the fluidity. It just wasn't there. Now, it's not as extreme as we saw with Tony Ferguson, but for Colby, it's like, it's just not there. Also, you're taking 2 years off and fighting Leon Edwards. So that magnifies everything because Leon Edwards is firing on all cylinders. He's in his prime. He's won, 13 in a row. He's undefeated. So it's like it's going to highlight that how much Colby's fallen off after 2 years. One of them got better and one got worse, and it gets hugely magnified when you take 2 years off and one guy's been active. and he happens to be the best in the world at welterweight. So there's still fights for Colby. I don't know what he wants to do. I know he called out Wonder Boy. Mm-hmm. They might do that. You know, the day and age of him fighting for titles is over. This is the third one the UFC's tried to give him. I think anybody besides his mom and dad would argue he didn't deserve that title shot. That was a little bit of WWE-ish. That this is where the line gets blurred with the WWE stuff and the UFC stuff. If Colby didn't have the MAGA stuff, if the UFC wasn't pro MAGA, if UFC, don't be tricked thinking that Trump being there with Kid Rock and the same cast every time isn't planned. That's not just Trump calling up Dana the night before the fight, being like, I think I'm going to fly to Vegas and just check out Colby out. No, this is all planned. That whole fan base, that's to help Trump out. It's, Dana supports him majorly. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying it's right. But what I'm saying is that's all calculated. Colby Covington getting a title shot, which doesn't make any sense. That's all calculated. The MAGA stuff, the Trump, all that's calculated to bring that fan base, to get these views. Did Colby deserve that fight over Belal Muhammad? Absolutely not. Come on. All this is where the WWE world mixes in, which I don't like. I don't like it. You want this to be a real sport. You don't have the guy because he can help push this agenda or he can bring these eyeballs, gets a title shot over a Belal Muhammad who clearly deserves it more than anybody. Then what are we doing? That'd be like the NFL going, Cowboys are America's team. We got to give them to the Super Bowl. So refs, make sure you give them the calls. Would you watch the NFL the same way? No, man. If they're playing your Eagles or your Giants or Redskins, you're like, this sucks, dude. The Cowboys shouldn't be in the Super Bowl. We all know it. And we know why the NFL's pushing them, because they're good for ratings. You're like, that's not how this works. The best team should be in the Super Bowl. The best fighter should be fighting for the world championship. The champion should be fighting the number one contender. Colby's not the number one contender. All this is calculated. All this is an agenda. Trump being there, Kid Rock being there, all that, Tucker Carlson being there. None of this is by coincidence. All this is an agenda. It's Dana White's league. All good. Do what you want to do, But this backfired. And for Colby, that's his thing. He attached his wagon to that hitch. So he has to double down on that. First thing he did when he got on the mic was talk about border control and all this stuff. You're like, you don't want to talk about the fight? You don't want to talk about what's next in your career? I know you called out Wonder Boy Thompson, but you don't want to talk about that. You're never fighting for a title again?
And there's footage of Trump walking out of the arena while Colby was talking, so people were like, that sucks, dude.
Trump's a savage.
Yeah.
Trump's savage. He doesn't associate with losers. And that's the Trump probably thinks he's a loser. He's like, oh, hell no. This dude's pushing border control and shit, and he's pushing, meet me at the White House. You think Colby's team's calling up Trump to go to Mar-a-Lago? Not the UFC. All that's this isn't some conspiracy like Flat Earth here. All that's easy stuff, man. This is all an agenda. But Leon Edwards doesn't play the agenda. He's a real fighter. Wait, hold on. Because he's with Trump and all this, and Trump's saying cage side and Tucker Carlson and Kid Rock, I don't give a shit. I'm kicking him in the face. UFC's like, oh, I know, that sucks. All that'd be like the NFL. It's no different than the NFL forcing the Dallas Cowboys to the Super Bowl. They just got their ass whooped by the Bills. They have no business going to the Super Bowl just because they're the most famous team. That'd be the NBA pushing the Lakers. They're good, but come on, man. They're better than the Nuggets? No. Jokic isn't as entertaining. He doesn't get as many eyeballs. Better than LeBron. So we got to keep the sport in the UFC. I know the WWE and the whole TKO thing, but we can't go that route. And this is the first sign they're going a little bit of that route. And it's heartbreaking. It's not good because guys like Belal Muhammad don't get their shot. We'll see what they do next. But Daniel's like, I don't make fights, after, any major pay-per-views, which he always does. And clearly Belal deserves this. They wanted to screw him over. They would toss Schaub at him, which is so messed up. And Shavkat's just waiting in the shadows to really beat Bilal or Leon. I'd love to see Shavkat Bilal. I think that's a very tough fight for Shavkat. Even though he's 18-0, 18 finishes, he's never gone to the distance. He's an absolute maniac savage. He hasn't fought a guy like Bilal. Or Leon. Like, Leon's gotten so much better, man. His takedown defense, his grappling. He's a real mixed martial artist. Just happens to be outstanding at striking. So always think striker, but he can do it all. Taking Colby down, taking Usman down, you know. So yeah, that was weird. The whole week was weird. I don't like the negative stuff. I don't know if we need to do that. It wasn't always like this. And you know, these fighters are a product of what the UFC encourages. You know, they've seen guys like Conor McGregor, you know, when Khabib jumped out of the ring, the octagon, all that stuff, the whole Conor McGregor, the negative, nasty talk. These young fighters going, wait, he's the most famous, most paid guy of all time? That's the game plan? UFC goes, that's the game plan. That's what we want. Oh, okay. Dana going, we don't like that negative stuff. We didn't like when John Jones and DC fought that weird press conference at MGM. Weird. You used it nonstop to the build-up.
Yep.
Du Plessis and Strickland. Can you believe that happened? We sat two guys right next to each other. Who makes the scene chart? Dana does. Yeah. Can you believe? Oh my God! I can't believe. Can you believe they did that? I can't believe I sat him there. This is insane, dude. Did we catch that in HD? Can we play it as soon? Can you play it in HD as soon as this pay-per-view wraps? Just over and over, online, over and over. This is all planned. Now, does the UFC go up to Strickland and Du Plessis and go, hey, boys, you guys are right there? Well, let's sell this thing. Why don't you guys fight? No, they're not doing that. They know Strickland is a wild boy. They know Dricus is not shy. And they assume it's kind of the perfect storm for something like this to happen. Guaranteed someone's like, hey, Strickland, DDP are talking. Yep, get the camera over there. Yep, here we go. This is what we want. Here we go. All right, you got the HD on it? Yep, and 3, 2, 1. There we go. Cut it. Get it to the camera. You know, that's all they're doing. They're not going up to them going, hey, boys, let's do this. They're not doing that. The UFC's going, this is disgusting, because they got to save face. They got to save face because they have all these sponsors, and ESPN's like, dude, what is happening? Why are these guys doing this? One guy's talking about some guy's dead dad. You got fighters fighting in the stands. What are we doing? The UFC's like, it's insane, man. I don't know what we're going to do. These guys are savages. It's stupid. It's stupid. It's like the warden leaving a rope in the cell and be like, I can't believe you committed suicide, man. Well, who left the rope? We did. I left the rope in the cell. This is nuts, dude. We do not condone this. This is not what we want. We are a real sport. We are an absolute real sport. There's nothing. This is crazy. It's just all, it's going down such a weird road. It's entertaining. I'd rather, like, this stuff, whatever. Yeah, they're fighters, man. Like, real fighters. Strickland's a real dude, I'd prefer this over the below-the-belt punch of your dad. I'll see him in hell and making it personal. Because that's not personal. It's just two guys that don't like each other and they have to fight. Okay, cool. That's whatever. Fighter's going to fight. But when it gets nasty and then Colby doubles down on it, I've always defended him. I always tell you guys this. He's a good guy. It's like being mad at the Undertaker. He's not from the underworld. And then when he doubles down on it, it was like, no, his dad did this. You're like, oof, God dang, dude. And then he had a performance like that. But here's my theory. He did that. This whole rant is wrapped up with Colby did that because his team knew Colby was not the same version that he was 2 years ago. And they got to do something to get in Leon Edwards' head because he's too good. He's going to beat Colby everywhere. And if Leon comes correct, he's going to beat the shit out of Colby. So we got to get him out of that mindset. We got to get him to fight emotional. We got to get him come forward by any means necessary. Leon's a professional. Didn't fall for it. Was able to calm down. He said he was crying, after that, was so mad, but pulled himself together, and he's a professional and beat the shit out of Colby. Colby's team and Colby knew, like, I'm a shell of myself, and we're fighting a prime Leon Edwards. We got to do something. He probably ran that by somebody, like, it's going to piss him off. That's what it takes. And Colby's like, I don't care. People hate me already. And the whole shtick, when he walked in the arena, they're cheering for him. They weren't cheering for him after. You better be able to back that stuff up. You can go that deep and dark, you better back it up. Horrible fight, man. Bad fight for Colby. I just for Colby, financially, I don't know where he's at. Career-wise, as far as title shots, it's over. The new wave's coming in so damn hot, and there's so much talent. Is Colby going to take a fight with Schaub? Let's say the UFC went, all right, Colby just fought for a title, probably didn't deserve it. If you want to fight for another title, you got to fight two guys. It's going to be Schaub and Ian Garry. Yeesh. It's tough, man. Does he want to go down that road? Is that the plan? I don't know. I don't. I just think it's. I think there's two guys on this card who are probably done. It's Colby Covington and Tony Ferguson.
Ferguson for sure, man.
Here's a problem with. Now let's talk about Tony and Paddy Pimblett. Tony Ferguson, even though he had David Goggins in his corner, and his cardio was there, but David Goggins can't help in those regards. But the problem with Tony Ferguson is if the UFC cuts him, which they probably will, if the UFC cuts him, Tony's such a dog, he signs with Bare Knuckle. Do you want to see Tony and Bare Knuckle? That's the kind of guy he is. Bare Knuckle's right up his alley. So do you want to see Tony go from the would you rather him continue to fight in the UFC, if that's even an option, or would you rather see him go on over to Bare Knuckle, where it's the most brutal thing,
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure me and Callan talk about him fighting the kid, and he'll defend all. Here's the issue: we don't know Tony's personal financial situation. We don't know if he's good. All this guy knows is fighting. So it's easy for everybody in here and for Brian and his private jets and his rich dad to go, he should just stop. Everyone says this about fighters. Well, he in the community says this, the fans say this, he should just stop. What should he do? It's all he knows. It's the only way he feeds his family. Well, that's on him. He didn't set things up. He can't. The UFC makes it very tough. Tony didn't come up like a Paddy Pimblett or Sugar Sean in that era where there was Twitch and sponsors like that. You limit them to Reebok, so that cuts them at the knees. So he's supposed to allocate resources to plan over, but you want to be all in to be a world champion. So it's this weird thing. It's so easy for us to go, he needs to stop. Yeah, how's he going to feed his kids? You going to pay for it? You going to pay for it? I can't. I got to feed my own kids. Who's going to cover Tony's bills? Who's going to cover his mortgage, his car payments, his wife, his insurance? Remember, the UFC don't give you insurance. Not for the family. Who's going to cover all that? And we're all quick to go, he needs to stop. You stop doing the job you're doing right now and completely reinvent yourself. And not only do that, but at the same time, make a living doing it right away. That covers the bills. That's why these guys keep fighting. This is why this lawsuit that these guys are going against the UFC is so important. These guys should be set. You think if Tony was set, he would have taken 7 losses in a row? No. That's why Connor's not foaming at the mouth to get back in there. He's good. All these guys should be. A guy at Tony's level should be good. But he's not because of the pay structure. They screw these guys over. And we're so quick that guy should stop. He should retire. Okay, and do what? Be a kickboxing instructor? Making $10 a fucking session? That doesn't pay his bills. He's been making 6 figures, 7 figures for the last 10 years. So quick. Everyone's so quick. Yeah, that guy needs to stop. And do what? It's too easy. We're all quick to judge these guys. They need to stop. They need to stop fighting. Oh, yeah? You're going to pay his mortgage? Nope. So that for Tony, it's tough. You never hear me, that guy needs to stop. We all do this. Guy needs to stop. It's like telling Kellen, you need to stop doing stand-up. I can't, man. I have to pay the bills. I know, but you need to stop. Okay. Are you going to cover what I would make on the road? Oh, you're not? Well, I got to keep doing it. But it's physical health. I know. You think Tony's worried about that? No, he's worried about feeding his family.
Yeah.
So he put, love my fans and supporters. You are all effing fire. I met lots of you tonight. Keep the faith, MFers, one foot in front of the other. Remember what I said, crew, champ.
He's still not giving up, so.
How could he?
I know. He's got to
do
feed
what?
his family.
What do you want these guys to do? They know one thing. It's punching and kicking people in the face. He needs to stop. My question is, and do what? You cover his mortgage. It's tough to see, man. That's the way this world goes. Bryce Mitchell's in a tough spot. You know, took an awful matchup on short notice against Josh Emmett, and Josh Emmett coming off a 2-fight losing streak over the dogs of the division, absolutely starches Bryce Mitchell, puts him in a different reality.
Yeah.
He's shaking, seizing up.
I was so scared to watch.
UFC's like, hell yeah, zoom in on that. Yeah. Hey, can we get Rogan in there to do a post-fight interview with him? Is there any way while he's shaking up like that? How crazy is it? Is there no rules to this game anymore? Are we just savages? Is everyone just barbaric at this point? Think about this weekend, man. I'm not even trying to be negative. It's just the state of the sport we're in. It's this weird, attitude era that we're in. It's this weird, kind of dark. These guys go after, his dead dad. Bryce Mitchell's twitching. They're showing it. The guys are fighting inside the octagon. You got Trump there. It's just this whole weird, it just doesn't make you feel good. It's a weird thing. It's a weird vibe, man. I don't know how we got here. No clue. That main card was not great. For all the build-up, was not great. Josh Emmett kicked it off with a ridiculous knockout. Paddy Pimblett, Tony Ferguson, we expected more out of Paddy. I thought he could have got a finish in the first there. He dominated him the whole fight. Schaub, basically took 2 rounds to finish Wonderboy. UFC wasn't happy about that. That was supposed to be a very one-sided fight. Pantoja, Brand Royval, one-sided, 50-45 I had across the board. Pantoja just too much for Brandon. Brandon's cardio is still insane, but just didn't have enough skill set to compete with Pantoja. So that one was, God, let's get this over with. All right, finally the main event. Leon Edwards, Colby Covington, decision. Leon never in any trouble, just completely dismantled Colby. Colby's on his back foot the whole time. It was like 3 for 10 or 3 for 15 on takedowns. Leon took him down. No one was ever really into horrible danger in any of that fight. It was a rough main card, man. Rough main card. Weird way to end the year. It's been a great year for the UFC. Been a great year. But this one hit the mark. What do you got, Jen?
Alrighty. Also over the weekend, Jake Paul, he fought that guy Andre August, who's like a decent, I guess he's a pretty decent professional boxer.
Yeah, he hasn't fought in 2 years.
Uppercut.
I don't know why Jake does it. There's a reason why Jake, his brother, everyone blasted hit that knockout out because nobody watched it. Nobody knew he was fighting.
And Jake didn't even promote it himself. He said he just wants to get experience. So yeah.
I know, which kudos to him and all the respect in the world. I don't get it. What's the end game, Jake? You fight this guy that, vicious knockout. That's cool, but this stuff doesn't work anymore. It's rigged. It's getting boring at this point. Okay. But for Jake, then just keep beating up the old MMA guys. Call out Tony Ferguson. Let Tony get that payday.
To make the most money.
More people will tune in and get eyeballs. No one's watching him fight these boxers we've never heard of. I don't give a fuck if that guy was 40-0. I'm not tuning in. He's doing it for his own ego, I guess, or he's listening to the naysayers. Fight a real boxer, beat a real boxer. Okay. Derek Brunson said, feed me Jake Paul. These dudes he's fine don't want to fight. I'd watch that.
Yeah. Anyways. So this also happened over the weekend, which kind of slipped my mind as well. But Anthony Pettis versus Benson Henderson in karate combat.
Did you watch it? I watched it.
I just watched like the highlights.
Those
of it.
boys were scrapping.
Yeah.
They were going at it. It was fun to watch. Pettis still looks damn good.
Mm-hmm. And that's like his third win over Benson. So
That's
in
right.
a different sport though.
Benson just can't beat him. That's his Achilles heel.
Yeah. This sport's actually pretty fun to watch.
Yeah, this is the one that got me into it.
Mm-hmm.
Benson and Pettis looked great. They were scrapping, man.
Yeah. So John Jones hates Colby Covington. They were roommates before at some point, but after Leon's win, he tweeted about Leon buying. He wanted to buy him a.
He said, "Leon Edwards, I couldn't be more happy for you as an American champion in this game. I salute you. This was truly a job well done. Let me know if I can gift you a motorcycle or something for Christmas. Feel like I owe you one." Leon's like, "I don't drive motorcycles."
And then someone mentioned a Harley V-Rod, and he goes,
Leon would dope on a Harley V-Rod. Yeah, I agree. But man, whatever he wants, it'd be my pleasure.
mm-hmm. And this is pretty crazy. This is from ESPN Bet and ESPN MMA. Someone bet $35,000 on Patty, Schaub, Cody, and Leon. I think they're all favored to win anyways, but $35K on all of them, and they all won.
Yeah, but 35 to win what?
What do you mean? No, so he bet $35,000 on Patty to win, $35,000 on Schaub, everyone to win.
I wonder how much you won.
Since they were favored, it kind of deducts.
Hold up, you're talking about Patty was a 4-1 favorite. Schaub was 6-1.
Here we go. So Leon was minus.
Leon's the only close one. So Schaub was a minus 650.
That's huge.
You're making no money on that. Patty was a minus 310. You're making no money.
Cody minus 198.
So the Cody and the Leon Edwards was his best bet. So he probably made decent money.
Yeah, I mean, still made him a lot of money. $35,000 on each fighter.
Scary to bet on UFC like that because you never know what's happening.
Yeah. So we kind of talked about this a little bit. So UFC 299.
Dude, this March 9th card is fire.
So O'Malley versus Vera 2 is going to headline it. And then this was pretty cool to find out that Michael Venom Page actually signed with UFC and he's fighting Kevin Holland there.
I love it because I bet PFL backed up the Brinks truck for Michael Venom Page. He went, I got to go see where I'm at. I got to go to the big dog. I got to go to the UFC. And freaking Kevin Holland is not an easy
That's a fun fight.
That's a great fight.
And then Michael Venom Page put out like a promo beforehand. Did you see it? Where he opened a bag, two gloves, PFL and UFC, and he's like grabbing one of them, but you can't see what he did. Well, now we know.
People are going to be surprised how good Michael Venom Page is. If you haven't seen him, he's freaking talented.
Yeah. And you already talked about this, but yeah. So Ian Machado Gary and Jeff Neal, same card. And then this.
I would hope Ian Machado Gary does. I'm just calling Ian Gary for God's sakes. I hope Ian Gary. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I refuse to acknowledge that.
Yep.
I think Ian Gary. I hope he drops the the shirt with the mug shot.
Yeah, just
like hey, I'm fighting Jeff Neal. I apologize for that. The shirt thing that was out of line. Like I'll see you in the octagon.
How about just don't do everything your wife.
Yeah, whatever your wife says, do the opposite.
Yes, please.
Because my question for you is, how's that going?
Terrible.
Yadong versus Peter Yan.
Sweet
Take
fight
my
too.
money.
Same card. This is a stacked card.
Stacked.
Yeah. And also another badass one.
Great fight.
Gilbert Burns, Jack Delamont.
Love this fight.
Yeah.
Great fight for JDM.
So we kind of we talked to this off camera, but so Deontay Wilder is fighting Joseph Parker, your boy, this weekend on Saturday. And
I love how the headline's like Wilder versus Parker. Oh, I'm sorry. It said when we brought it up, it said Wilder versus Wilder and Joshua. And you're like, oh shit,
they're the
here
main,
we go.
yeah, the main
like
dudes.
Just playing. He's fighting Joseph Parker, and the other guy's fighting
right here.
Day of Reckoning. Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua on same fight card.
They got to do that though,
Or how about you two just fight each other?
Yeah. So,
but I would assume the winners, and you assume it's be Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder, or they both win and then they call each other out.
Yeah, and they're in talks after this to fight in March at some time in March.
Joseph Parker's no punk though.
No, he's awesome.
That's our boy.
This is kind of crazy. So Darren Elkins, apparently he was doing a jiu-jitsu thing, practice whatever, and broke both his tibia and fibula. Or tibia and fibula.
What was he doing?
It was a freak accident. I don't know.
I snapped my tibia and fibula in my right leg by freak accident during jiu-jitsu last night. Wow.
So that's That's a pretty
He's
devastating
out for
injury.
a hot,
Yeah.
especially at his age, out for a hot second.
Alrighty. Oh, you always talk good about Brittany Palmer. Like she's a super
great.
talented painter and everything too,
Super
right?
smart, yeah.
So she announced she's going to be retiring from the UFC after like I don't know how many years. Was it 16 or something like that?
Good for her, man.
Yeah.
Is Ariane retired too? I think she just didn't announce it.
I don't know.
I know she had a kid, so I don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah, so she was with the UFC for 16 years. I had no idea it was that long.
Long time.
Yeah. So she announced her retirement at the MMA Awards.
Good
the
for
World
her.
MMA Awards. This one's just weird. So Charles Oliveira, I guess people started rumors that he was dating some girl.
They do this with him all
Ice
the
Spice.
time. Yeah, he's funny.
And he's like, what? He's like, what?
He's like,
Every time-
what?
And then
Yeah.
apparently they were dating, and then he's like, what? And then they broke up recently. He's like, what?
It's the Real Housewives of the
Yeah.
UFC trying to get something together. Charles Oliveira and Ice Spice break up. He's all, what?
Yeah.
What?
It's so crazy how these things pop up out of nowhere.
And they get traction too.
Yeah, and
People
she
like,
looks
she
pretty-
wasn't. Yeah, she's
pretty bad.
She's a cool one.
Yeah.
People
All right.
then they'll put it together like she was in Brazil recently on tour.
Damn, this might be a short episode. There's not that many current events.
That's
so-
all right. This is the last one of the year, fella. It's been a
Yeah.
good year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the last one of the year.
Oh.
You don't have a UFC till what? UFC
January 26th.
Well,
or something, right?
January 20th is a pay-per-view, but I think January 16th you have Johnny Walker.
Here we go. January 13th.
13th, and on the 20th you have the pay-per-view. And I'll be doing companion with Rogan for that. The one in
nice.
Toronto, Strickland Du Plessis.
And you definitely think you take Strickland.
No, I'm not. I haven't. What do you
Oh,
mean?
I thought because we
No.
were talking before.
No, I've never said Strickland.
Oh, okay.
Never. This is the toughest fight to call. I don't know. This is one I cannot call. Maybe as we get closer, something, I'll do more research on it, but I can't call this one. Strickland Du Plessis.
Gotcha.
Du Plessis is so awkward, so powerful. I don't know. And is Strickland is he that damn good? Is he just an off night and didn't want the fight? We don't know. It's a very tough fight for both guys. Tough fight. The odds are there odds on that? It should be minus 105 both fighters.
I'll check in one second. But another fun fight for this weekend is one championship on Friday.
This is the 22nd.
Tawan Che.
4:30, 7:30 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah. So the
And
Tawan
that
Che
one's
guy's
not on
freaking
Amazon.
fun.
No.
You said Strickland Du Plessis?
Yeah, what's the odds? There it is. Minus 150, Sean Strickland, plus 125. Yeah, that's going to move. I bet it's even money by the fight come. That's how it should be. That's such a tough fight. Such a good fight. So tough to call. I don't know. I don't know as of now. Is that it, brother?
That's it.
Bro, we got ads.
Oh, crap. I totally forgot about the ads.
Damn,
Holy
man.
moly. Sorry.
Damn, dude.
Dude, my bad.
Oh, no. Now we have to do like 4 in a row?
Yeah.
Damn, Jim, wish you would produce this
My
thing.
bad, dude. My bad.
Are you drinking this morning?
I mean,
Yep.
truly.
Well, listen, all I want for the holidays is Chin to stop drinking and do his job this year. The NBA action this week.
Fair.
New customers can score 150 instantly in bonus bets for betting just $5. An instant dub just for you. You got the Lakers surging. They won the in-season tournament. They're the champs, celebrating with champagne, which is a little weird. Whatever. My Nuggets are going to beat the brakes off of them. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. Use the code SHOPSHOW. New customers can get 150 instantly in bonus bets for betting just $5 on basketball. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with the code SHOPSHOW. The crown is yours. DraftKings. Hit it, boys. Who wants to take it?
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 plus, age varies by jurisdiction, void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. See dkng.com/basketball for eligibility and deposit restrictions, terms, and responsible gaming resources.
Good job, Case.
Meter.
All right, let's all do these all in a row. The holidays are finally here. Let's stuff our faces, eat like there's no tomorrow. Forget your diet. Shop till we drop. And guys, I have the perfect stocking stuffer for you. It doesn't have to be a stocking stuffer. Wrap this bad boy up like it's a real gift. Show some respect. I'm talking about Meter. It's a slick, smart meat thermometer that tracks the temperature of your meat and lets you know when it's ready to come out of the oven or your grill. All right, you just put it in there. It lets you know exact medium rare. Outside that, you're not eating real meat. If it's well done, what are we doing? The app even estimates how long your cook will take and gives you a countdown so you know how long you have to kick back and spend time with your boys. You get an alert on your phone when your food is ready to eat. Perfect to use in the oven, grill, even in the smoker. I know a lot of you like air frying, and you can definitely use Meter in that as well. Super simple, super easy. You'll get the perfect, consistent results. All right? Monitor your prime rib, chicken, pork chops, steak, whatever you got, man. It's all in the app. You can be consistent with it. Sometimes I'm a little dicey. Sometimes it's medium rare. Sometimes it's rare. I'm just going off the eye test. Don't take all that guesswork out of it. All right. This is the perfect tool for your holiday cooking. Also makes a perfect gift. Someone who loves to cook or grill. I need to get my dad this. He cooked the salmon way too much the other night. Shopmeter.com for the best kitchen tool out there. That's MEATER.com. Check out their brand spanking new product. All right. Be stress-free this season. That's Meter.com. All right, to check out their brand spanking new product, Meter.com. Get your meat right.
Just 2 more. Shopify.
Listen, when I started podcasting, online store, we're selling Fighting the Kid merch out of my garage. Me and my brother would do it, and then business started to boom, and we need to step our game up, and that's why we started using Shopify. It's so easy, all because I use Shopify. Cha-ching! All right. Shopify is a global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business, from launch your online stage shop, which we did, to the first real life store stage, all the way to, did we just hit 1 million order stage? Still not there. Shopify is there to help you grow with your auction, autograph apparel, selling sleek skis, whatever it is, car parts. Shopify helps you sell everywhere, from their all-in-one e-commerce platform to their in-person POS system. Whatever you're selling, Shopify's got you covered. Shopify helps you turn browsers into buyers with the internet's best converting checkout, up to 36% better compared to other leading commerce platforms. All right. Shopify powers 10% of all e-commerce in the U.S. Shopify's global force behind Allbirds, Rothy's, Brooklinens, millions of other entrepreneurs of every size across 175 countries. Because business that grow with Shopify. Sign up for $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/Schaub, all lowercase. That's Schaub, S-C-H-A-U-B, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Schaub right now to grow your business no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/Schaub, lowercase. Cha-ching. This episode of The Schaub Show, the last one of the year, is brought to you by my friends. The best product I use, I'm talking about that Kratom at Happy Hippo. They got gummies, taffies, powders, tablets. They got freaking highly concentrated energy shots, regular shots. They got it all. They got the K-dips if you want to get your Kratom that way. You take the guesswork out. Don't trust just anybody. I trust Happy Hippo. I've been using them for years, all right? These are the bee's knees when it comes to Kratom. They got it all free, guys. You get 20% off. Go to freaking happyhippo.com. Promo code is THICC23, thick with 3 C's, THICC23. Get 20% off for life. Anybody can use that. Get the best Kratom on the planet. Get your mind right. It's happyhippo.com. Is that it?
That's it.
Oh, I'm off for the holidays, but I picked back up on tour dates in Nashville, one night only, January 25th. That's a Thursday in Nashville. And then January 26th, 27th, I'm in Austin, Texas. So Nashville the 25th, Austin, Texas 26th and 27th. Get your tickets at thickboy.com. Is it this week or this week? We're dropping the new episode of Toontown. It's all about my Lightning. It's been a beast, fam. I bought a car off the internet without looking into it. We've had some issues, but it's a Generation 2 Lightning, the Paul Walker one. We're doing some fun stuff with it. The first episode of the Lightning on Toontown, which is actually episode 2, comes out this week. So stay tuned for that. It's a fun. We got a lot of fun stuff in the works as well with Toontown. So couldn't be more excited. But Nashville, Austin, see you January 25th, 26th through the 27th. Love you guys. Can't thank you enough. This is the last show of the year. So thank you guys for liking, subscribing. If you haven't, please subscribe. Please like, leave a comment, whatever you want to do. Couldn't do the show without you guys, the staff here. Have a great New Year. Happy holidays. Thank you guys so much for allowing me to do this. I can't thank you guys enough. Love you guys. Be safe. Have a great holiday. Take care of each other. Be nice out there. I love you guys. See ya.